Ok.
If I call for you, will it feed the flame when it already breaks us in two? 'Cause I want a glance of how the story ends, but I already know the truth. What would I have to gain if I had every piece of you, but I believed it's yours? With my feelings on the line, I can do anything to fight this raging force. But I won't go for more, I won't go for more until the rain stops. Wouldn't go for more, I won't go for more till the haze drops. Found the light and hold it close to you, but it's already too late for that. I can sing the notes, hopeless as they sound, they're encouraging in my head. All lines down the chain, I would do anything for you, I can take the blame. My heart's on the line, I can do anything but lose this changing game. But I won't go for more, I won't go for more till the rain stops. Wouldn't go for more, I won't go for more till the haze drops. Yes, I won't go for more, I won't go for more until the rain stops. Yes, I won't go for more, I won't go for more till the haze drops. But I'll sing for you, yes, I'll sing for you. What is in my heart, let it ring through you. Yes, I will sing for you, I will sing for you, I will sing for you, I will sing for you. I won't go for more, I won't go for more till the rain stops. Wouldn't go for more, I won't go for more till the haze drops.
Bonjour, Selah Sue.
Bonjour.
So, Reason, your second album. So, the so-called difficult second album, is it a myth or a reality?
I can imagine it's reality for some people, but for me it was really easy actually. I had enough inspiration, enough energy to write a second record, and I didn't feel a lot of pressure because I just felt the need to write. So for me it was actually, it went really smoothly.
It was the first time that you wrote songs after success, that
Yeah.
after your previous song were tested by an audience
Yeah.
and appreciated by an audience. Does that mean that there was like some changes in your songwriting in a way?
Well, actually, changes. Not really, actually. You know, I felt the only thing I was a bit afraid of was like the first record. I wrote all songs with emotion, and I really, even with not in the head that it would put on the record. But the second, when I wrote the second record, it was really with the pressure. Like from then till then, I have to write and I have to deliver a second record. But in a way, no, I had enough emotional inspiration, and I never think like I have to write another Raggamuffin or another This World. I just felt it just went really naturally. Yeah.
It seems that there's like more, let's say, love and less depression than on the first one? In a way, or not that much?
Yeah, I don't really agree actually, because if you listen to the record, I think it's really important, you know, the first record is about self-acceptance and learning to accept who you are and finding happiness in life. And I think a lot of people expect, you know, after 4 years she has success and she's older now, she has it together, but it's not true. It's still about learning to accept who you are. It's still about sadness. It's still about being alone. It's still about searching, you know, happiness in life. So I think it's an important message that, you know, even when you're successful, it's still hard. Life is still a challenge. But of course, it's also that and also about love, you know. And I didn't write about it on the first record because it didn't came over me yet. But now in the last years it did, so I had to write about it.
That means that it's not more easy to write songs when you're like in deep shit than when you are in heaven, for example?
Yeah, for me, you know, when you...
I think you started, I mean, writing songs when you're well, you are not so happy in life, and
Exactly,
so
exactly, yeah. Well, it's good to feel something when you write, you know, it's good to be a bit happy and or a bit sad, but, you know, if you're really depressed, you cannot write. You know? In my case, I just lay in my bed and I don't come out of it, so there's like a boundary in like feeling. But it's actually a good discovery that I'm able also to write on like, how do you say that, you know, when it's obliged. I don't need to feel like really miserable to write, it's a craft as well, you know? And I'm happy to discover that I also just can write with that.
With this new album, did you add some stuff you wanted to have on the album, in the side of, I mean, in terms of like production, sounds, experimentation and all that in comparison to the previous album?
Yeah, that's like the biggest evolution. I knew much better what I wanted. I really knew now what a snare and a kick of a drum was, and I didn't know that with the first record. And I knew better with direction. I knew better how I wanted to use my voice as well. You know, I toured for 2.5 years with the first record, so I got to learn to know my voice really well. So I knew better how to place things and how to handle things, which made it really much harder because I wasn't easy to work with because I had a strong opinion. You're
like a dictator in the studio, a bit?
Yeah, in a way, but I think I do it on a good way, I think. You need to use a lot of psychology to get what you want. You know?
Did you add some sound textures in mind before going in the studio? When you I think about, for example, this like kind of dubstep flavor on Falling Out. Is it stuff that you had in mind already when you wrote the songs, or it came later when you were in the studio experimenting some instrumentations and all that?
Well, with Falling Out, I knew it instantly because I wrote it. First, I wrote it with my keyboard player, and he made a drum and bass beat, and I sang on top of it. And I knew I wanted that kind of rhythm, maybe not exactly drum and bass, but that kind of heavy rhythm actually. So for some songs I knew where to go, but some songs were a total surprise. It's just like experimenting in the studio and see what comes out.
What are you the most proud of with this album in comparison to the previous one? Is there something in particular that you really succeed and was not so easy?
Yeah, I think the lyrics are much better. I think the lyrics are much more deep and smart because that was really hard because English is not my native language. And it was hard not to, you know, go back to the same words as the first record. So I got help from a really good friend of mine who studied English, who reads a lot of English books and everything, and she helped me with the lyrics. So now it's like 10 times better. So I'm really happy with that, and also I think vocally it's just better. It's just...
Yeah, that's a big change, I think. Even if we can recognize your voice, it's not like you completely changed.
Yeah, exactly. But I think, I grew up and I knew better what harmonies and adding more harmonies, more choir things.
You took like teachers to help you to improve your voice, or you just did it by yourself? I mean, I don't know. Some
I don't really believe in. Yeah, I don't really believe in like taking lessons for singing. I mean, you can sing or you can't sing. But what the thing is, it's really important to have a right technique. Because, you know, I had to sing like 2.5 years for 4 times a week. So my voice went really tired. So I really learned to do some warm-ups and try to do it in the right way through the belly singing, but it's not easy.
It's a dark road on the other side. Don't you see I'm alone without you? All the walls started coming down.
for me, it's important to have a lot of impressions, a lot of inputs. I wrote a few songs on guitar, and that was cool. I did it for Always Home, Won't Gor For More time. I wrote them all on guitar. But also I invited my band for a week. It was really cozy at my place, and I cooked dinner in the night. I love cooking, so I cooked them dinner in the night, and in the day we jammed the whole day, and we have a few songs from there. Also, I received some beats from different producers. I sang on top of that, so that's my most important thing. My emotional ups and downs are important to write, but also just, you know, inputs and pressure from other people, because I can be really lazy as well.
Are you a big music addict? Do you still listening to a lot of stuff, new stuff, old stuff? Or you have like phases?
Yeah, I have phases. I have really strong phases. Like I had a kind of a bit of a, I wouldn't say a bad phase, but the last months I couldn't hear any music. Really,
During the recording, you mean, or
no? Just in life, I couldn't hear it. It's weird. I came home and when my boyfriend put on music, I really put it in my earplugs.
No, really?
I couldn't hear it. Yeah, it's crazy. Because it's also, you know, it's also my job, and you know, once you get home, you just sometimes want to hear nothing and do something totally different. But now I'm starting to listening again, and I listen a lot to FK Twigs. I think that's amazing.
It's like stimulation when you listen to people of today doing some music and stuff like attract you, hypnotize you and all that. Is it in a way some stimulation or not that much?
Yeah, I think so, but I think more unconsciously. I never think like, that song I want to write as well, I'm gonna do it. But I think unconsciously I absorb all things I listen to, and then when the moment is there that I have to write a record, it comes out. I mean, I hope it's gonna be that way also for the third one, but for the first and the second one, it worked like that.
So there was a rumor regarding Prince that you were maybe doing some stuff with him when you met him, what, three years ago and all that? So
yeah, you know, it was hard because he changed management, so we lost contact. We lost contact a bit, but you know, he said he wanted to do something, so let's maybe see for the next record.
Meeting him was like what, meeting Santa Claus or God or something when you met him 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was amazing, but I'm really down to earth, I think, you know, so I still, and I mean, a lot of people are shocked if I say something like that, but I mean, Prince is also just a person, I mean, he's just extremely talented. I mean, he's like musically, he's like crazy, but it's also just...
he does headaches like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, of course, so I'm not like too overwhelmed to meet him, but of course it was amazing. He gave me advice, he was really listening, he was really nice.
Who were your idols when you were like a little girl?
Little girl,
yeah.
Like a child.
Yeah.
Oh,
the posters that you had in your wall of your bedroom. You don't want to say.
Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys. That was really my era.
What's your parents' albums?
My parents,
they were listening to what kind of stuff?
My parents, they really In Excess. In Excess, Eurythmics, The Police. That was like my parents. I really grew up with the In Excess record. I'm a big fan of In Excess, even though it has nothing to do with my music, but I really grew up with that.
So where comes the soul music influences? Do you have a shock? You saw someone on TV, on concert, or an album you listened to?
Yeah, well, actually, I think it's... I didn't learn it through family, you know, but more like friends at school, high school, you know, when you're like 13, 14, you really start to get a taste in music, a good taste in music. And also through MTV, I remembered I saw an unplugged session of Lauryn Hill, acoustic, and it really blew me away, and I was obsessed with it. I really miss those times, you know, when you're like 15, 16, music really gets to you. And when you get older, maybe it's because you get older, I don't know what it is, but it's still good, but it's not the same. But back then I was like, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, I was obsessed.
And it's a time when you can listen again and again and again and again against the same song when you're at that age.
It's crazy, and also when you go to school and then you look forward to the end of the school because you can come home, go to your room and listen to that song again, you know, that's something I sometimes really miss.
At that time were you already writing little songs or not at all?
It started there. I remember I really learned chords on the guitar through that record of Lauryn Hill. So I learned guitar through that. I started to write, when I was like 15 or something. I had a really, you know, emotional ups and downs, and I felt bad. So it was a bit of a way of kind of a therapy thing. Yeah.
Did you feel comfortable quickly with your voice at that time?
I didn't realize that it could be something, because like I told you, I'm really like down to earth, realistic. I was never overwhelmed, also not by myself. But I remember I was singing in my room and my sister came by and she really came in the room. She's like, never really give a lot of compliments, but she said, oh, this is really, really amazing. I'm like, okay, all right. And then I started to write a bit more, but never with the intention to become professional artist though.
Do you write easily? Do you always write songs, or you have also like phases? Or
Phases.
Yeah.
Again,
You're lazy a bit. Yeah?
I can be really lazy. I really have to push myself sometimes to do things. I mean, I want to do my job good, so I have a responsibility, you know, to do my promos good, to have good interviews, to have good shows. But besides that, I can really lay in my bed for days and do nothing. Really, really. And to write, I think it's really phases. I had it with the second record. I toured for two years and a half. I didn't write anything, and then I really felt the need to write.
So you don't have the third album already in your pocket?
No. When I'm home now, I don't wanna. I just wanna do sport or cook or something, but not making music now.
Okay, merci Selah Sue.